This is the MGTOWinfinium here with another Infinium Free Talk. This Infinium Free Talk is entitled What They're Asking You to Give Up. My brothers, by now you should be aware of some manosphere content creators who have in the past produced MGTOW content but are now wavering or completely disavowing their MGTOW stance. Furthermore, these content creators are now saying that men who remain MGTOW are anything from losers to selfish, entitled men who will not do their duty in terms of saving the current society. And finally, you are not fully whole, and you will not be fully whole as a man unless you have a woman in your life. As for the MGTOW philosophy itself, these content creators are now classifying it as a form of male womanism or reaction to womanism itself. At a basic level, it is obvious that these men want MGTOW men to give up their overall freedom and independence in favor of enslavement to the feminist plantation state. However, it is what is being done on a covert level which is, in my opinion, far more despicable. That is, coercion of MGTOW men to give up what is afforded to them by the philosophy, their critical thought processes. My brothers, when these men classify the MGTOW philosophy as a simplistic reaction to womanism, they are doing so in error. It is because of the philosophy's allowance for critical thought that it becomes not a reaction, but an embracement of a freeing way of life for men. This means for men who embrace the MGTOW philosophy that they can do things like counteract false indoctrination, which compels them to get married. Critical thought is also why the MGTOW philosophy cannot be defined as a form of male womanism. Again, womanism is an ideology, not a philosophy. As such, any ideology such as womanism functions only through groupthink and not individual critical thought. This is why womanism fosters things like wokeness, Me Too, women are always right, etc. On the other hand, the MGTOW philosophy allows men who embrace it to recognize who they are as free men, therefore making the embracement of the MGTOW philosophy not reactionary, but recognition of something which was rightfully theirs all along, their freedom. My brothers, aside from giving up our critical thought processes, we must also consider what these men are asking we MGTOW men to do. That is, take chances with our very lives by participating in a system, the feminist plantation state, a state which hates men in every way possible, which in the opinion of these men, MGTOW men are losers if they choose to avoid participating in the FPS. If one was to look closely at the argument these men are using, it is what the feminist plantation state has used all along, that men are slaves with no rights. As well, that men must fall on their swords at the whims of womanists no matter what. Meaning that men who participate in the FPS will face anything from being thrown into jail because of merely smiling at women to being forced to pay child support for children who are not theirs. Even if you find a unicorn, you as a man will still have to live with the specter of her flipping the switch on you due to her powers and capabilities afforded to her by the FPS. Again, these powers and capabilities are only increasing, and there is, to date, no concerted effort, legislatively or otherwise, to stem that upward trend. My brothers, don't let these men convince you to give up your overall freedom as a MGTOW. You have a right to live free, and you have the right to choose not to have a woman in your life. As well, it is by your determination, not theirs, as a MGTOW when it comes to how you live your life in freedom. This is the MGTOWinfinium, and this has been an Infinium Free Talk. My MGTOW brothers, as always, stay safe, stay strong, stay on the MGTOW path, and remember, MGTOW is the liberation of men's minds. MGTOW cannot and will not be stopped.